Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming to this lesson. Today is lesson E, which is a writing lesson. If you have your book, it's page 66 and 67. Of course, you can follow along with me in the book, but when you are going to do your writing homework, please use the book because we're going to use it as a good example of what to write, so you will need it. All right, so in our books, again, this is writing. And let me go back and remind you our goals for this unit. One of them is to describe someone who made a difference. To make a difference means to change something positively in someone's life, right? So let's go back here. Just like in yesterday's reading, this volunteer has changed this person's life for the better. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to read about someone who has really made a difference, and you are going to write about someone. So let's start up here. It says, who are these people and what are they doing? Do you think she's doing something important? So clearly, she is reading to children. Is that important, do you think? I think it is. I know that reading is super important for children, for learning language and to learn about your culture and to socialize for many reasons. I believe it's important. So let's read this paragraph. I will read it for you. Before we do, let's take a look down here. It says, make your writing, and so notice this writing, make it interesting by including specific details that answer the questions who, what, where, when, why, and how. So don't just say someone is good. How are they good? What do they do? Okay, we want detailed descriptions. So that's the picture of her, and let's, whoops. Sorry, let's read this. Story lady. My friend Vivian is one of the most compassionate people I have ever met. This is present perfect, so it means any time in their life. After college, she wanted to do something truly worthwhile, so she spent a year working as a literacy volunteer in northeastern Brazil. At the time, this area didn't have any libraries. So Vivian traveled to different schools in a mobile library van. It's hard to say, mobile library van. As soon as she arrived at a school, the children would run outside and shout, story lady, story lady. Then everyone went inside, sat down, and listened quietly while she read them a story. Vivian made a huge difference in these children's lives. She introduced them to literature and taught them to love reading. Today, she still gets letters from children who remember her generosity and kindness. Okay, so let's look at this for a minute. There's a lot of positive things in here, right? We have compassionate, her generosity, her kindness, talks about what she did and what difference she made, and also how she did it, right? She traveled to different schools. So let's look at that in a little bit more detail. Let's see if I can put these both on the screen. My computer screen is a little small. Okay, this is why you might need your book. There we go. I hope you can read this. It says, write the words who, what, where, when, why, and or how next to these details. This is to help you identify what information is in this paragraph. So my friend Vivian is who, right? After college, what would that be? Let's take a look. Is it where? I don't think so. When? That's important, right? To know when things happen. A literacy volunteer. That is what or who, right? What was she? What did she do? Northeastern Brazil, that's easy. Where? Because the area didn't have any libraries, what question does that answer? Why? This is an important bit of information. These are details like where things happen, but why can be very powerful, right? She did this because there was a need. There was an area with no libraries. That's important. Okay, in a mobile library van would be how or where? How did she do it? How did she help people in an area with no libraries? She brought the library to them in a van. Okay, read stories to the children is what? What did she do? And taught the children to love reading, same thing. What did she do? She taught the children to love reading. So if you answer all of these questions, we have who, what, where, when, and why, and how. If you answer all of those questions, you get a full picture of how someone changed someone's life for the better. Okay, you get a complete story. So what I want you to do is to think about someone that you know who made a difference. This can be someone who made a difference in your life or in someone else's life. You could talk about a teacher who helped one of your children, or maybe a teacher who helped you when you were in school. I can think of my daughter's 6th grade math teacher. She was an amazing math teacher, and she really helped my daughter with math. So I could write about that. You could write about someone at work, a boss who really inspired you, or what else? A coach, a sports coach who made a difference in children's lives or in your life. There could be anything, okay? But in your notebook, I want you to, and please do this first. Don't just start writing. You will forget some details. Write down who made a difference. The teacher, the coach, your neighbor, your father, I don't know. What did they do, right? They read stories, they taught the children. Where did it happen? These are important events in school, after school, in your neighborhood, at home. When did it happen? Last year? When you were a child? 5 years ago? And then why did this person do it? Again, this is really important. What was their motivation, right? Vivian said that she wanted to do something worthwhile, and she found an area that didn't have any libraries. So she found a need because she wanted to help people. So think of your person. Why did they do this? Was it just their job, or was there more reason for it? So please write a paragraph about someone you know who has made a difference, hold on, in your life or someone else's life. Include specific details that answer these WH questions. Who, what, where, when, why, or how. Use this paragraph and this chart that you just did to help you. When I correct this, I'm going to be looking for these things. Does your topic sentence, first sentence, name the person? Don't just say, oh, someone. Tell me who it is. My 5th grade math teacher, my daughter's soccer coach, something like that. Did you include specific details? And did the details answer the WH questions? Try to answer all of them, not just one or two. Okay? So that's really all I want you to do for homework for today on this page, okay? You can just email it to me. It's much easier for me to correct it that way. If you need to, you can email me with any questions. And don't forget to do your workbook practice for help. Thanks so much.